welcome everybody to the 5PL preview, not a podcast this week. So we have the ever faithful three. I don't know what happened to the other two guys. But,
Well, I'd say faithful two, maybe a half here. Dexter's more committed than I am.
Yeah. He has a condo meeting.
He's taking a night off. Yeah.
He has life scenarios in his way.
Yeah.
He's going to join another board, is he? Dexter's going to join the condo board association?
No, he'll join and then complain about how much work it is, and then he'll try to quit, and then he'd just be just as miserable as he is already.
What's he worried about? Is he worried about the parking?
I have no idea, but sometimes it doesn't help to be part of a board to know what's going on, right? So I know he's had a lot of thefts inside his garages. So I mean, I think that's one of his major concerns, and maybe the fire that was there at one point. I mean, it's
and just like how we're delving into Dexter's personal.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't mean to go there. I was just joking, Tim.
No, I mean, like, it's crazy. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Don't know what to tell you.
Good talk.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? Leagues have started. We're gearing up for the Pro League. How are your guys' leagues to begin with?
Are you over 270?
Yeah.
Who would doubt we were over 270?
Well, yeah, I have two leagues over 270. Wait till end of September. I'll let you know I won't be.
I only play in one league, so I only have one. One bad game can ruin that all pretty quick.
We're bad in 1,000. How would you,
Daryl? Daryl, are you playing two leagues?
Yeah, I am playing two leagues. Same two as you. Or no, Carrie, you're not playing Sundays. Yeah, I play Thursday and Sunday as well. Thursday I'm there. I've only played 1 week. Sunday I had a really good second week, not a good first one. But guys, we had like huge numbers on Sunday night, didn't you, Tim? Were you up there?
I didn't have a huge number. No, I came back.
No, but Dex was like 1260. Dex shot the 440. He started every game with a 5-bagger.
Yeah, Dex had a 780 double, and he had a 1,030 triple, and then he finished at 1257. And I had 1265 the week before. I was like, just couldn't get it, Dex?
I mean, obviously, quickly we talked the emotions that was involved with this week with the loss of Tom Stevenson, obviously, and then obviously. And Dexter obviously coming out and throwing, and I know how close he was to you guys, and sort of sad news for us to hear this week for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know. I think that if he did get a perfect game, I think it would have been a really fitting time to do it, right? And he did for Tom, and I think that's why he was pretty emotional throughout the day, and I justified. I mean, Tom meant a lot, not just to me and Dex a lot, but to a lot of people. You saw the outpouring messages on social media and all that, and it's sometimes you don't really realize how much somebody's left an impact until they're gone, right? And Tom was one of those guys, so
I was lucky enough to get him as a coach for Central there the last year that we competed in the Open, so got to know him a little bit better throughout the competition and stuff like that. Playing with Tom in Masters over the years was unreal, and to get to know him that much, I couldn't imagine having him as a coach when you're a youth and growing up with him and all that stuff. It's an impact felt across all of Canada for sure.
He came to Sherwood Bowl, Tim, 96-ish into there, somewhere in there for a few years.
97, 98 was when he started coaching, so around there,
Yeah, I was working at the Lanes actually at Sherwood Bowl at the time. It was one of my last sort of years there. And of course, Sunday Night League, and we had talked, and he had pushed, and he was on my rookie team for the Open too, and we were both bowling out of our home center. Just such a cool, unique experience there, and totally sad to hear the situation, and condolences to all that's lost, and obviously not anybody else who has lost somebody. We know Lloyd Hollinger too here, Tim, this week too, and many people have passed away. So obviously rest in peace and condolences to all that's gone through it. I've certainly been through it myself, so I know how you're all feling. Sucks.
Pretty crazy how everything's kind of just spiraled this year, right? So
But keep up the good bowling, but fellas. The 270 average is keep it alive, and let's go homage to Tom Patterson there last week. What about tour finals videos, Kerry? You've had some of those coming out.
Yeah, so we've the WCBT's come out with all the way up to match 5 already is out now. The interviews, the pre-interviews and the post-interviews, all that stuff is out. You can just go to the WCBD's YouTube page or Facebook page, and all the links are there. And it was a great match today. If you guys didn't catch it, some monster games. I don't know if we want to do any spoilers or anything, but
it's out.
We don't want you guys to leave our live stream, but maybe put it on a second screen beside you or something. It's quite the show.
It's crazy how bad. We'll say Lenny's played very well on the championship thing, right? And probably the highest average. And unfortunately, you have to watch the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you do, Tim? You had a solid.
Oh yeah, I
won by frames. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
But bunch of dog shit. Yeah. But you know what? That's why I got so many texts over how lucky I was, and I was lucky, and I know I don't really want to divulge in it. I know how hard Brad is on himself, right? And I don't like. It sucks. It sucks to watch Brad the last couple frames kind of lose it like he did, right? And I just got lucky enough where the counts worked in my favor, right? So
Yeah, for sure. So if anybody wants to know what we're talking about, just head over to the Western Canadian Bowling Tour's YouTube page, and you'll see all the 2022 WC Tour Championship matches that are being released every day.
So I do want to bring up, I did watch my video, and I watched my previous video from I think 2019, and I watched my video now. I'm definitely losing more hair, and it's absolutely like, I was telling Daryl like this last night or yesterday we had a meeting, and I was like, man, my head is so flat the way my hair is. It looks like I lost like half my head. Like I don't know what's going on. I just want to get it over and done with. Cindy won't let me shave it, so if anybody wants me to shave my head, just put it in the comments, and maybe Cindy can see that it's okay to let me go my way. All right.
Hashtag set Tim free.
Yeah. And I went and got a little trim today too, boys. And it's like, no, I'm nowhere near yet. But I feel your pain, Tim. I feel your pain. But no, you got to hang on, man. You got to hang on.
Yeah. You know what? Looking at flathead Tim is not really great either.
As long as Tim hangs on, then I'm good. It's when Tim bails that I got to start looking at it.
Oh, I looked at it. I was like, why do I want to spend? Like, I spend $25, $30 on a haircut nowadays. Right? I mean, like, I'm saving myself money just shaving the thing. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure people are real excited to listen and to hear about we've gone from Dexter's personal life in his condo board to Tim's hair. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, Kerry is losing his hair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Daryl's almost there.
I got the back.
Adam, as much as Adam says it. He has a major.
People do want to hear about Tim's hair. Yeah. People do want to have a say in this. I love it.
Major comb over. That's what Adam has, and he will deny it to the end of the world.
I think maybe we should sell it to charity or sponsorship for you to shave your head live on a podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or at an event somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to raise some money for a good cause. We can definitely do that.
Autumn Open. You got to talk to my manager about this, but I'm open to anything right now.
I think we'll start something for the Autumn Open. We'll shave your head before the tournament or after the tournament.
Oh, after for sure. Maybe something at TPC. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know what?
Before you do it, you have to go really long and have long flowing locks in behind at least one last time. You have to have one last stand. You have to let it go.
I'm thinking I want to rock a skullet for like Halloween, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that'd be really good.
Yeah, you just let it go one last time, and then you're done. That's the answer, bud.
Yeah, no.
Cindy says no, but she may not have any say in this soon. The people have spoken.
You know what? She has all the say. But I mean, I can cry about it all I want, right?
This is actually getting more viewers that we're talking about this now. I don't know how this is working, but
Yeah, it's climbing here.
Yeah.
So I guess should we move on to the 5PL news?
yeah, let's do it. Let's
Do we want to show the banner of all the new teams and all that good stuff, and then start bringing in our guests?
yeah, let's do that once, and maybe we'll bring it in a couple of times throughout the conversation. But yeah, let's do it once.
For sure. All right, here we go.
Actually, or do you want to bring in, because it has also? Let's bring in our first guest, and we'll bring him in.
Sounds
We'll talk
good.
because he's on there.
That
Let's do
works
it.
out for me too. Okay, so without further ado, we have from the Heartland Kingpins, Mr. Sean Schwartz. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Hey, bud.
Good.
What's going on, Schwartz? Doing good, bud?
Living the dream.
Not,
Getting
not
ready to bowl, get over golf season and start doing some bowling.
you were talking before that you haven't thrown many balls.
No, I haven't. I took most of the summer off, regrouped the body, regrouped the mind, and get back at her.
Nice.
Has Robert fixed the pinfall there yet, or the approaches over the summer, or?
No comment. Actually, it wasn't bad. I threw on Tuesday, and we threw for about an hour,
Yeah.
and then threw a game after, and pinfall seems like it was last year.
It's good scoring. It's much better scoring.
The scoring's been good. Last year, I felt the scoring was a lot better than previous years, and seems like he's got all the lanes fixed and working. So it's we'll see what it brings. Start tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Big reason, obviously, Sean, we wanted to bring you on here tonight too, is make a little announcement. You've stepped up and become a division sponsor for the 5PL this year. So our two division names will be Cargill, and the other one is the Schwartz Home Building Centers. So thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Here we are clapping. Yeah, it's neat. I mean, obviously, thanks to all the sponsors, and not everybody's back this year full gamut, but obviously happy to have you on board, and need people like you to step up and sponsor and donate a little bit, and anything we can do to help. But awesome.
I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, for people that didn't know, Schwartz Home Hardware was a sponsor last year in the commercial packages and advertising and all that stuff, and they've upped their advertising level this year, so they get the big 30-second clip in the commercial packages in between the matches and on the fifth frames. So yeah, we can't thank you enough for stepping up and being a major sponsor. So we have is it the Schwartz Home Hardware Division, or is it the Home Hardware Division? How are we explaining this to the people?
We'll leave that up to Sean, but of course, from a corporate guy, we kind of want to go home hardware, don't we? Like, no, that's up
I'm
to you.
fine
Guys.
with either.
What do you think?
I'm fine with that.
Well, I think we took the step and put your name in it just cause.
Yeah, it's in there, but we'll reference it in our stuff for home hardware. But it's definitely the Schwartz. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's huge news, right? We have not only Cargill Canada as a sponsor of one of the divisions, we now have arguably one of the biggest companies in Canada, across all of Canada, and in home hardware too. So, Sean, we can't thank you guys enough for stepping up and putting a big advertising package in, and we hope that draws some interest from other parties to maybe shop at home hardware instead of that other place.
That other place. There's a few of those other places.
Yeah. Go find your local. We'll put that
I'm glad
back
I
in.
can help.
You want to bring up that divisions now, Kerry? And
You bet. So now
boy.
the divisions are set. We have once again the Cargill division and the Schwartz Home Hardware division.
Oh,
So,
look at all those great logos there.
Look at all the fancy logos going
Yeah,
on.
this is the first sort of big release, and obviously that's a big part of it, guys. Is obviously the graphics, the design, the work, and everybody knows, and I appreciate all the patience and time and effort. But we're right down to the wire, but we're locked in now. We've got, obviously some people are waiting for some jerseys, and we've got home of the banners. Tim, you guys got yours today.
Yep.
And a lot of deliveries going on in the next few days to get us over the edge. But yeah, we're certainly getting there. It's
really cool.
Yeah. So look at some of these ones. Look at the divisions there, right? The Cargill division.
The worst logo has to be Average Pros. I mean, I just look at it and I just cringe, right? So,
I mean, it is fairly average, right?
Yeah. No, I think they look great. I like the Mayhem one. The Lumberjacks one looks great. Carnage looks really good. Like they all have something neat about them, and obviously, you guys at BPG and Steven and all that have done really well, right? So.
Yeah, it's neat to see them coming together here at the office, and it's a lot of work. We got 24 of them. There was certainly lots of helping hands, and everybody had their input. A couple of teams, helped with their initial designs, and we might have helped a little bit, but yeah, like it's a team effort, and they're cool. I can picture them all going on hats now, and we got that package coming out to teams. We got, the branding of this. Just as the year goes along, I think is just going to continue to increase. We're not going to completely rock everybody's socks just to begin, but let's put out a good product, and then it'll continue to build.
Yeah, exactly. Do we kind of want to go through the teams that are in each division here for?
Sure. We'll keep Sean here until 7:30, and then we'll move on to the next one if that works, Carrie. So let's get all of our inputs for this for a bit.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess I'll go through the Cargill division. So obviously the defending champions of the whole league and of the Cargill division, the Dream Crushers. Heartland Kingpins, which is obviously Sean Schwartz's team, playing out of Heartland, out of Roberts Center. Robert's the manager. The Misfits. You'll have to remind me, Daryl, I haven't been super involved in the whole commissioning side of this season, but the Misfits are from?
The Misfits are playing out of Bonnie Doon. They're from Edmonton. That's Curtis Dunas, Ron Perry, Derek Gull, Alan Hurst, Jamie McCara, Kaylee Mack, Michelle Hoyle, Brandon Cockburn.
Awesome. So Bonnie Doon with another strong team.
Yeah.
The Mad Hatters, once again, from Panorama.
Yeah, a little change up to that. Yeah, change up to that lineup with Mad Hatters, a couple of them, because obviously we've got the Bridge City Bandits on the other side, so there's a few new players there.
Right. And obviously, Daryl, your team, the BPG Bombers, are in the Cargill division this year. Come over to the League Championships division, huh?
Well,
what's going on?
Maybe
to knock us off our pedestal a little early, or what?
Should we call it right now before there's the head-to-head, same lane? Is that what the people want?
Careful. The Northern Knockouts from Dawson, right?
Yeah. Out of hypertension, you betcha.
Hypertension Escape. The Latonders and the Bolios.
Yeah.
The Venom, that's from the island, correct?
No, that's Vancouver. So that's Fraser Valley Venom playing out of Dell.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have the Pin Slayers.
That's the island.
Oh, that's the island.
Yeah, Vancouver Island. Yeah, Vancouver Island Pin Slayers. Yeah, so Vancouver Island and Fraser Valley down in Vancouver area.
Perfect. And once again, the Okanagan Eclipse. All the BC teams are in one division, which makes obviously a lot of sense with the time change and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The Dakota Dynamite from Winnipeg. The Regina Revengers. They have a little bit of a branding change there. They weren't super happy with how they performed last year, so they rebranded, and we get to see them all out there this year. They had a bit of a team change as well, did they not?
They do. They've got a few roster changes, and we've got
big players playing.
We've got Sarah coming on later on, so she can give us a rundown of her lineup there.
Awesome. And then we have the Carnage rounding out the Cargill division.
And
the Carnage are playing.
Yeah, the Carnage is formerly Paradise Marvel. So Carnage is playing out of Toppler, and there's a bit of a roster adjustment there as well. And we've got Tracy coming on later too. She'll talk about that one.
Yeah, I'll hop on, and maybe because when Daryl and I were talking about divisions, we thought the easiest way to split them was we have 3 at Sure Park, so we split 2 and 1, right? Because we wanted to have different ones. Then we had 2 at Bonnie Doon, so we split those. We had Medicine Hat and Lethbridge, so we split those. We took the BC on one side, and we took the eastern ones. So they had the. We'll talk about the eastern ones on the other ones over there, and then we split the Saskatchewan one. So Regina and the other one we'll announce over there, and we split the Winnipeg ones as well. So that's how we're gonna handle it that way. We thought it'd be fair and equal across the board that way.
Right.
Yeah, it makes the most sense, and have a little bit of split, but also for the most part, a bit of an east and a west.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, so from the Shorts Home Hardware division, we have obviously the Bonnie Doon Next Gen. They were the league runner-ups last year. They were the Rusted Pedal division winners last year. We have the Average Pros, apparently a fan favorite, as we're seeing in the chat there. The Quebec Lumberjacks, with Sylvain and all those players out of the Gatineau area. Sleeping Giants, once again, from Thunder Bay. Taylor Michelle and them. GP Holy Rollers are back at it again, looking for a strong season. The Timmins Mighty Plucks, Al Paquette. And we have the Snowmen, St. James Snowmen from Winnipeg. So this will be the Divinis in them, right?
Yeah, so Gilardi, Colton Uswa, Alyssa, Matt Rodich, Trevor Cook.
Perfect. And then the Bandits, where are they out of?
So Bridge City, that's out of Lethbridge.
Bridge City.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that'll be a little bit of a change from the Panorama Mad Hatters. They're a few hours apart between the two centers, so they had some team split, but they've rounded out their teams.
Yeah, they'll both be strong for sure.
Yeah. And Toppler Roses are obviously back. They were the pennant race winners from the Cargill division last year. So then we have the Rock and Rollers from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And Motor City Mayhem, that is Toronto.
That is, Oshawa playing out of Nebs.
And then the Minto Maniacs from a little town north of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is a lot of the PA guys going to be playing on that team?
Yeah, so that's, Lonnie, Zach Nielsen, Sean Dino, Chad Mulkey, Dallas Van Dale, Krista, Don Mardell, Mike Wist is on that team too. And I believe that we've got a guy in the chat room that might be the emergency spare for that team.
Nice. All right.
So what do you think? What do you think there, Schwartz? How's it look for you? How's your team too? You guys got a couple of different players too coming in.
Yeah, logos look awesome. Those are some sweet new ones in there. Yeah, we got a couple new guys on our team this year. We got Anthony Strake coming in, and Mike Herbert and Bev Magnus, and got a couple solid emergency spares that we need to use. With Greg Lupiak as one of our emergency spares, and Fred Milner, and I believe he's 89.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I hope he could use him at some point.
And he will dominate people. if
And he can
plays.
play.
Yeah.
I hope he gets in there for sure.
I think
Even
he
if
averages.
you guys will call him in regardless at the end
I
of the
think
year.
last year he averaged about 235, 236 at
Jesus
89 years old.
Yeah.
You know what, Schwartz? You got to bring him in, and you got to play him against Daryl. The battle of the old people.
Ouch. Ouch.
Timmy, watch it. Daryl's not much older than me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, same thing.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Respect here, Timmy.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we're going to try and cram in as many guests as we can into this little preview. So, Sean, once again, we can't thank you for stepping up with Home Hardware and help supporting us and getting some advertising going for you guys. And good luck to you in the Heartland Kingpins. I know we're in the same division, but still wish you the best of luck till you're on the lane. So,
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Appreciate it. And
See you
keep
later.
up the great work.
Thanks, Sean.
all right.
Take care, bud. We'll talk
Thanks,
soon.
Sean.
Guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sean.
Cool. All right. Who do we have next here?
Jill would be up next.
All right. Hopefully he's ready to come on in. And he is the manager from the Lumberjacks, correct?
Yeah, that's right. From Quebec Lumberjacks. You betcha.
Perfect. Hello.
Hey, good evening, folks.
How's it going?
Good, good. Just came back from bowling, one of those days, so I'm glad that I'm participating in the podcast instead of being on the
Nice.
alley. So,
Where did you guys play at? Where did you guys play at tonight?
Downey Bowl. So this is where we're going to be playing on Sunday and the rest of our games. So yeah, so
Perfect.
Nice. And
Good.
did you have everybody there? Or who's what type of a league is this you guys play in?
it's a mix of competitive bowlers and recreative bowlers. So we have probably I would say probably like out of 38, 40 bowlers, there's probably like I would say probably 20 that are above like 220, 235. So it's good caliber, but our team is there for fun. So I'm playing with Max and Sly and Alex. You all know them from
Yeah.
the Western Tour. So I'm the weakest link in the team, but I bring entertainment to the team, so which is fine.
Yeah, I'm sure more than that, but that's awesome. It's great that you guys get to play in a league together, and then also get to combine this this pro league team and join this crazy idea that we had last year. So hopefully it pans out great for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we're all excited about it. We'll be missing a few key players on the first week, but we still have a strong lineup for this Sunday. So I guess we're all looking forward to that. So it's going to be fun. So
Yeah, maybe you can talk about your team because it's not really a pro league team; it's more of an all-star team. The way I look at it, it's pretty star-studded, if you ask me.
well, we have. I'll start with ladies. We have Chantal Cyr, that have been bowling. I think she played a few Western Tour event, and she's been, a master player and also an open player. So and she had quite success on both scene. We have also Karine Villeneuve. She played master last year as well as the open, and she won, I think, bronze medal in both event. Stéphane Lapensée is making some kind of a comeback with us, so we're happy to have Stéphane. GF Donnie is also on our team. GF was at the Open last year as well, playing on the men's team. Obviously, Sly. Sly is probably our oldest guy, so if you want to do that, old guy matchup, Sly would be our representative.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's go, Sly. Yeah.
Let's go,
I'd be
Sly. Yep.
honored. Yeah.
And Max, well, obviously, Max, Fred Martin as well, runner-up in Timmins last year. Good young player. And obviously Matt Leonard, you all know Matt. So we're pretty happy with our lineup. So I think it's going to be interesting. Now we can just have to make the right lineup combination, which is another story. But
So you said that you only have 6 players this weekend. You don't have 8, or you still have 1 sub going to be available.
Depends on the outcome of a ball tournament for one of our players. We might
okay.
be stuck with 5, which is fine. We'll make it happen. So.
Right, and you're not looking to pull an emergency spare in yet, because you do have emergency spares. Want to make sure that that's aware that I don't want to be, if you needed one, but so.
Yeah, somebody brought his name forward tonight, so he's decent caliber as well. So, if we have to, we'll bring him on the show. But, yeah.
That's the interesting thing is that when the people decide to use that emergency spare, when you're down to 4 players and you need the 5th, or when you're at 5 and you need to have a sub, you need to have a pull.
Yeah.
Right. And is it the first week of the year, or is it like you got to
It's
be
a little scary to utilize it early, and maybe something happens later in the season when you could have really used them, right?
Yeah.
So
That's right. I think we'll stick with 5 for this one, and we'll bring in more people, I guess, for the next one. So.
Now, giving a look at obviously the divisions, you've got a bit of an Eastern flair to your division. Chat quickly about maybe the Rock and Rollers or the Mayhem that you would know a little bit. Maybe the Sleeping Giants and the Mighty Plex guys that are in sort of there, or anybody else that you might think of in your division a bit there.
Well, I know a few of them for sure. In Timmins, I saw those Mighty Plux shirts, at the tournament. So, Rock and Rollers for sure. I know a lot of those players as well. I've been watching your show last year. I think I didn't miss one event. I was addicted to it. So, and my Senators were not playing that well. So I guess I had to make a change. So I decided to watch the show. So yeah. I think we have some very strong competitive team, and I really like the format of this league. I think it's good for the future of the sport. So.
That's awesome. Well, obviously, super excited for you guys to be part of it. It's wicked. So, and I know that you've got some packages coming in the mail, or Matt has some packages coming in the mail tomorrow that we've been long waiting for. So, we're there. We're there.
Yeah, I've been texting Matt tonight, so I said
Yeah.
be sure to be home. I guess I'll be texting him again tonight. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's expecting that package tomorrow. We're all looking forward to those shirts. I think they look great, and we're all excited about it. So
Yeah, and obviously, camera setup and any questions there, you've got those things, right, Carrie? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We posted in the group today, obviously, just some more instruction on that. But yeah, if anybody involved in the league needs any help with that, just reach out and we'll try and figure that out for you. And we hope it's simple enough that you guys don't have to spend a lot of time setting up. Hopefully it takes 5 minutes, get it set up, and then the rest is on the back end side for us to deal with. So
yeah. Well, we're lucky enough. Fred Barta is a computer genius, so I guess worst case scenario, we're gonna ask him to fix it prior to the start of the game. So
yeah, and Sylvain was in the 8 gamer, and he had to set that up for his 8 gamer matches, so he has a little bit of insight into that as well. So obviously lean on the people you can, but like I said, we will be available to help out. I know me personally, I'll be playing roughly the same time as you guys in the other division, but if you're there a little bit early and setting up, give me a holler. We'll figure it out.
yeah, that's our plan. We're gonna be showing up early just to make sure that we're good to go. So
yeah.
Awesome. And I think the team you're playing is also playing in the same house that the Dream Crushers are in, so I'll make sure they're ready for you guys to whoop them. I mean,
Perfect.
sorry, Average Joes or Average Pros.
Is that what, yeah, right? Lumberjacks versus Average Pros, isn't that first game?
Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? It's so funny, guys, right? Because I saw on the Average Pros Facebook page that they rename our team the Toothpick or something like that. So which is fine. We're all looking forward to that match. So
Good. I'm glad that you caught that because I know Henry knows that he said it. Yeah, I know he definitely has made mention of it. So yeah, it is on. Henry might be coming on later, so I'm sure he's gonna have a rebuttal.
I'll be listening for sure.
Here we go.
That's the thing about this whole pro league. We hope that there becomes friendly rivalries and all this good stuff. We know Henry's gonna be poking fun as much as he can. And yeah, I just hope the matches are great and you guys have a blast and make it competitive. That'll be the best part.
Yeah, competitive and fun, right? This is what this thing is about, right? So
Yeah,
You bet.
Yeah,
You bet. All for the fans. Even the fans can pick some favorites and all that
That's
good
it.
stuff. So
we're hoping to see fans in our bowling center on Sunday. So I know that some people are interested to come and see us. So we hope that it's gonna be happening for this one. If not, I'm sure we'll see fans on the other weekends for sure.
So
perfect. You already got a bigger fan base than the Dream Crushers because nobody shows up to watch us play.
yeah, well, no, we got all average pro fans, I think, on Sunday.
Yeah. So when we're playing, the Average Pros will be watching us because
yeah. Oh, this is what the league's all about. I get it.
Yeah, we're supposed to play well. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Wait, are you guys in the same? Are you guys in the same league, or what's going on over there?
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I'll
Or we'll get our
Kleenex.
butts whooped and.
I'll supply them Kleenex. Don't you worry. It's all good.
Any last thoughts you have on the league and how your team's filling out and all that good stuff?
Well, I guess we're ready to throw the first ball. I mean, I hope that our guys will be and ladies will be ready, and I think it will be the case. And you might be surprised with our first lineup. I think that people will be surprised to see that lineup. And if it works, it works. If not, they'll call me Crazy Gilles, so which is fine as well. So.
I can't wait to start the speculation.
Well, it's all on you, bud. It's all on you, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. So.
We don't know who's not there, and we don't know who's left, so that makes it a little bit more challenging.
It's just too bad that Mitch is not on the podcast tonight because I'm sure that we would have probably a side bet going on who's going to show up and not.
Odds, yeah. Maybe
we should be hitting Mitch up on that. What are we doing?
Mitch, we need some odds for the weekend. Yeah, here we go.
Well, all right. Well, we'll let you go and we'll move on to our next guest from another team here. But thanks again. And we look forward to seeing you guys play Sunday and watching how well you guys are.
And best of luck for you guys as well. So
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. All right. See you later.
Kinda, but kinda not. Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we bring him in? He's been sitting patiently. Had his camera on way before this thing even started. From Timmins. The Jags as their name?
Jags, baby.
The Jags.
The Jags. The Jags, baby. That's an actual thing in Southern Ontario now. That's Cassie's favorite thing. Just go up just go up to her and say Jags, Jags, Jags. That's her favorite saying. we even had DeGrazia going Jags, Jags, Jags when we were playing the match or the best ball or whatever Baker's event in Midland. But yeah, good times.
So, Al, obviously you guys didn't have the season you wanted to in the premier season, or the inaugural season, sorry. But the Mighty Plex, obviously you guys are looking to come back strong, and Timmins, from what we've seen, all the updates and everything that's been done at that center, that must be exciting to be walking into pretty much a brand new center, it looks like.
Yeah, it's I don't even know. I think like we might even be bowling and glow bowling on Sundays. I don't even know, but we said we're gonna roll with it anyways. We're gonna promote the bowling alley, and we're gonna bowl and we're gonna have a good time. I think we have a good team. Obviously, like you said, we didn't have the great result last year, but there was some positive things to work on from last year. We did a couple little lineup changes, and the good thing about our team is that everybody wants to be there. So everybody wants to bowl kind of thing. They're not just there to show up kind of thing.
Right.
Like everybody put in their money. Everybody's in. Everybody wants to play. Everybody's excited about it. So really excited to start the season in a couple weeks for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a little list of your roster adjustments you made? And I know there's one just recently that even fell off, so you're down to 7. But what do we got for you, Al?
Yeah, for our ladies, we have Danielle and Joanne that are coming back. So they're obviously fired up to come. Danielle, I think, bowls like 3 or 4 times a week, so she just loves her bowling. So I go to war with her any day. Joanne was doing some of the bios and stuff like that, so I reached out to her. And I had no idea, but apparently 16 times at Nationals for Masters. So, like, really good resume out of Northern Ontario. So I know she can shoot. Since I've been a little kid, whatever, she's been around. So definitely a couple good women to have on our team. There's myself on the team, obviously. Having a blank. Sorry. Daryl Gauthier is coming back. Eric Dion's coming back. Then we have 2 other guys that are joining our team. We have Daryl Belanger, who's a good shooter in town here as well. Just doesn't get out to any tournaments, but he does play Masters. I believe he was on a tournament men's team for Northern Ontario a couple of years ago. So he can definitely shoot. And we have Clint Morissette as well. So Clint, again, he's another guy that was on our original roster, but couldn't play last year. But he's excited to be here with us this year. Good. He's our bocce bowler. He played in the exhibition match that we played against Okanagan as well. Right. So he can play well. He was on our silver medal winning team at the Open for Provincials this year when we lost to Thunder Bay. So he's ready to have a full year on the lanes too. So that's basically our makeup. We had Sam Nabob as well that was on our team that played the exhibition match as well. But unfortunately, he took a job in BC. So if any of the BC teams are looking for somebody, he's stationed out in Kelowna. So unfortunately, we lost Sam. So we're down to 7, but we'll run with 7 because I think 6 or 7 of us will probably be there every week, every time we have a game day. So we should be good with spares, and we have a couple emergency spares too if need be.
Good.
Are you pulling double duty again, Al, as manager as well?
That's probably still up for discussion, but we'll definitely make a call before the first night kind of thing, because I've told the team, I said I prefer not to, but it's, who as a team who can we name as a manager kind of thing. So hasn't been no formal announcement yet or any real discussion, unfortunately. But now that bowling season actually picked up, because most of our leagues just started like last week or the week before kind of thing. So a lot of our guys are like golf season or ball season kind of thing. So they don't even want to talk about bowling. But now that the leagues are starting, they're a little bit more into it. So it's it's up in the air right now. If I have to, I will. I think the team respects my decisions enough to do it. I just think my bowling might have been affected by it a little bit last year, just because I was doing the camera work, I was doing the managing, and I was trying to bowl as well, kind of thing. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. If I have to do it, I have to do it. Maybe I'll start myself on the bench or something, so I don't even have to worry about the bowling part to starters. So, but hey, who knows?
You can't do that.
Yeah, and it's also it helps that you've had now a year. You've seen what it's like. You know what it's like, and you even know from your own personal. Okay, if I'm going to do both, then I need to be prepared for it, right?
Yeah, last year was a bit of a crapshoot too, just even with like scheduling and stuff. Unfortunately, with COVID and stuff like that kind of happened. We played some games kind of on our own and like pre-recorded it and stuff like that. So there's kind of that stuff. Obviously, it's not an excuse by any means, whatever. But we're looking forward to being like more in the moment kind of thing, right? Having those live matches and stuff like that. Having the polls. Sometimes we didn't have polls because last year I think we were limited to 5 or we're limited to 6 bowlers. Now we have an option for 2 polls and stuff like that. So the tweaks that you guys have made to the league, I think will benefit not only us, but I'm sure it'll benefit everybody else to have those options for scheduling. And props to Tim there for getting that schedule out. And I envied Kerry last year, whatever, that was just awful. So I'm surprised Tim even took it on with 24 teams this year. never
You
mind.
did though, man. You were unreal, Tim. Like, no worries. I got it. Yeah, just kept. This is what I do. This is what I do. It's like
you should see the chat. You should see the chat.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's lots of other things that are said behind the scenes, whatever. But for on the public Facebook pages, he keeps it nice and civil.
I was pretty good about it. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't that bad. It's just the ones like you guys are great getting your stuff in, and everybody else got their stuff in, and I was like, perfect. And then it's like, how long do we have to wait? And I put it in, and I was like, I got like 15 messages. I was like, motherfucker. But after we got through that, it was all good, right? But
we knew that though. We kind of in a way knew that we
knew it. Yeah,
we need to put something out, and then let's get everybody to come back because now it's real, right? So and then we would have to make adjustments. So
I feel that is more accurate.
I'm sure, Cindy. Wow. Yeah. And now, Al, you guys play next week versus the T-Bay Sleeping Giants and the Holy Rollers.
Yeah, so those are 2 returning teams, I think. I don't know if we played. Yeah, we must have played the Holy Rollers last year too. So yeah, they were in the same division as us. So T-Bay. Obviously, I haven't really seen any rosters other than kind of what you've announced so far. So I don't know if there's been any changes to the roster, with regards to those teams. Yeah. I think I had a few conversations with a few people at the club tour in Oshawa with regards to some of their team changes and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see who are on the teams, and obviously that'll have a big impact on how we formulate our lineups and our schedule for our team as well. So
yeah, good point, Al. Is that so? Friday afternoon is when the rosters will be released by something a little bit fancy out there because it's just so many moving little parts here getting down to the wire that Friday we'll have that out. So, but yeah, it's definitely on the list of one of those things because then we use that in the descriptions and stuff, and teams need to know who you're playing for sure. So
no, we're excited to start going, and I saw Lenny's comment there to get Mitch as our manager, and just going back to, I don't know why we have to talk about that guy all the time, but whatever. It's I bowled with him in Midland, and originally was supposed to bowl with Jeff Young as well, and we had put a team in, and we were called the Jags. So about a month or 2 before the tournament or whatever, I had actually was ready to message Mark and order them some Mighty Pluck shirts so we can wear during the Bakers event. But then Jeff pulled out, so I said, "Screw it, sorry." So Mitch, you don't have a Mighty Pluck shirt, you can blame Jeff for that.
I'm just, I have to say, you know what, Al, you took that so well, and like I said, I'm glad you're running.
Hey, the Jags are 2-0 this season. Maybe that's foreshadowing for our team.
Maybe it is. Yeah.
Let's go. We got to pump up the league, right? No, we're out there to have a good time. Anybody in this league can shoot. We can shoot. We can all shoot. We just got to put it together on game days at the end of the day. So
I love the matchups. I love the matchups all around. I mean, there's storylines every week, every time, and I see that that was the same first week matchups as last year too. Apparently,
it was. So it is what it is.
Honestly, it was not meant to be that way. I think we just figured it out by by what shirts are going to be available by a certain time. I think that's how it worked out, right? So
Yeah, we already all have our
Yeah,
shirts,
yeah.
right? Because we're returning teams.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Hopefully it'll be different results this year. And hopefully instead of going 0-2, we'll go 2-0. Hopefully we're
Yeah.
the home team. We have a better home record, I think. So
yeah,
There you
I mean, you guys are playing the average pros, so I mean, yeah, you might have a chance for sure.
No, they're playing. They're
Event-
playing the
event-
Holy Rollers.
no,
And
you
Holy
say
Rollers
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
we'll bowl the average pros eventually. So you can just mark us down for a win right there. So
Yes,
This
this is
like
great. That was
like
great.
it.
No, Henry's probably
No,
laughing
keep
right now.
keep
He's
prodding
laughing.
Henry.
no, I chatted with Henry and Club Door. We're good to go. They have great jerseys. I really like the colors. The logo is
Yeah.
nice too. So, but the colors are bright. But yeah, great job, Daryl too, and team on all the logos. But
Yeah.
Thanks,
good
man.
to go.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, Al, we'll let you go. We know it's laid out that way, so yeah, best of luck in week number 2, and hopefully you're watching some of the other teams show you
Oh yeah,
how it's done.
we'll be watching on Sunday, anyways. Show us how
Oh,
it's done.
perfect.
Here we go. All right, boys.
Just
Enjoy
one
the
last
night.
chat before you leave. See you, Al. Oh man. Well, I guess we might as well stay on the whole Ontario or Northern Ontario jive here. So
Next
from
up.
the Sleeping Giants or T-Bay Bowling Club, the most boring team name we have on the whole league. Mr. Taylor Michelle, how's it going, sir?
It's going great. And you know it's TBBC. Thunder Bay Big Cocks is what the real name is. I realized we weren't allowed to be named that, so you just massage it in.
And now it's official. It works out
you go.
perfectly.
So I would expect us to be called that the whole season.
Or
We'll let our commentators know.
yeah. That'll be the part of the press release, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put an asterisk beside our team name and just write it small at the bottom. It just depends on how big your magnifying glass is. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure somebody already swore, so I knew that gate was broken.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
Taylor. So I guess when you're going, so you must have had some lineup changes if your name's that way. Who's in and who's out?
We just got all of our Swedish made penis enlargers all came in with the last batch, so we're good. But on that note, not related specifically to what you mentioned, the only real change is Greg moved to our emergency spare list. He's got some personal stuff going on, so he said his Sundays are going to be pretty hectic for him to get out. But we picked up Matt Shinosky, so that was our swap for Greg. And then with the roster expansion, we got Kyle Goose as our additional.
Oh, nice. One of the
both-
Goose brothers. There you go.
Both great pickups. Yeah.
And then the rest is status quo from last year. However, we did add Brian Bonney in as a coach this year.
Nice.
So he's doing all the lineups, all the pulls. He's got the hammer, and he's going to do what he wants.
Perfect.
Well,
So
there
that
you go.
takes
So
that
you-
off your shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, the bowling and watching and trying to pay attention to pulls is already hurts my brain just on a normal day. But then now adding an additional pull in there, that's too much. Hard pass on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on now, isn't there? Right, with 2 polls potential. Who are you putting in? Which one you putting in? When you put? Yeah, it does add. another layer.
Usually it's just one bullet in the chamber. You're looking at the matches. So and so's shitting their pants out there. So there you go. You pulled the trigger. That person's gone. Done. You bowl the rest of the game. Now you have to sit there and look. Okay, well if I pull them and then now you have an additional pull. I don't even. No, still passing on it.
So what do you guys think about your division?
That's a Wes Swallock type of question because I'm sure he can tell you probably who's on all of these teams. I recognize the ones we had last year. I have no idea where a lot of the new teams are from or even who's
Right.
on them. So it's going to be kind of I think Daryl mentioned Friday is the
we'll have-
release.
Yeah,
So that'll
Yeah,
be a sit down, take a look. Obviously probably recognize some names. Maybe need to look up some that I don't know. and then kind of get a gauge. Like I said, Brian's doing all the lineups, so I guess it'll be sort of fill him in as much background information as we can for people he doesn't know, and then we'll see what kind of mashup he comes up with for the team.
Yeah, obviously you've got the Newfoundland team, the Rock and Rollers. You've got Motor City Mayhem from Oshawa. You've got the Quebec Lumberjacks in there too.
Yeah.
Right? Most, sort of those are the newer Eastern teams you got for sure.
Of which we're luckily we do know most of those.
Yeah.
Those bowlers.
Yeah, Bridge
yeah,
City is Lethbridge.
Winnipeg,
So Winnipeg, the Snowmen. So that's the Gilardies and Devaney and Colton Uswa from the Snowmen.
Yeah.
Right. Next Gen you would know out of Bonnie Doon, and then you got the fan favorite Average Pros there too.
Yeah. Al just talking shade on him hard. So if Al's getting a win against him, then we should get one too. So we just pre-record those ones, call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those ones, you might not have to. Those might not go on air, just like my Raiders. We're gonna change the feed.
Yeah, we're losing viewers. Get them out of there.
So Taylor, I know last season you had a proprietor or a center change kind of halfway through the season or at the very end of the season. So where are you guys going to be playing out of this year?
So we're sticking with Galaxy this year. We kind of got a good working relationship with the proprietor there, with giving us some extra free time. Last year their hours of operation were a little off, so they opened up early for us a couple of times for us to get in there. This year it won't be an issue. It's their hours are a little more expansive over the weekend. But we already talked about the banner, hanging things up. We did some pre-setup over the summer to try to make sure that this year is a little bit smoother, and then hopefully there will be no change or anything going through. We can stick with the same set of lanes and get some rhythm going.
Awesome. Was that something when you brought up to the center that you were going to be hanging a banner for your team at their center? Was that something that they were invested in or shocked that you were going to be doing something like that?
At first, she was just confused of what I was even telling her. She's like, "You're going to hang something up?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a banner for the team." And then once I explained to her and she drew the line for pro teams have banners that they hang in their home centers and stuff, she got on board. She was, "Oh yeah, well, wherever you guys want to put it." She basically told us I don't know if we're gonna hang it counter side, like out on the back side of the pit so everybody up top can see him, or down on the masking unit so you can see it in the shot for the matches. I think
That's awesome.
I think the plan is down on the masking units for the season, and then up in the front for throughout the summer and off season.
I gave you a couple today, Tim. Where did you guys put them?
They're still rolled up at the moment.
Yeah. But what's the thought? Because they're 30 inches high by 48 inches wide, I think.
They're going to be down on the lane somewhere. So I don't know if we're going to put them up above on the wall, right? Because everybody can see them on the wall, or they put them on the masking unit, right? So I know we put the banners already, like the tour banners, tie them up properly on that way. We could do it that way. But I also like to have them on the back wall maybe because it might, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if we have other things going on, we had to take them down, right? So, but we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to. I mean, obviously they're not 15 feet wide, right? They're yay big, but they look super cool. And if anybody wants to do different ones, then you can look at it. I know Average Pros look at ones too. So
This is gonna be nonstop.
We have 3 bathrooms for them, so they're good. Yeah.
Spread them out. Jesus.
So what else you got for us, Taylor? Give us some knowledge.
Not a lot going on in terms of knowledge in my brain. Our season's already started up, so we've been out bowling. I think most of the league or our pro team's been out bowling lots, and Greg's been doing all of his. He's been on the Open and everything else. Down south. Yeah. Granted, he's on the emergency spare list, so who gives a shit how he's bowling? I suppose. Which is well. So when he comes in, I'm will be fabulous, and then fuck off he goes again.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, then I guess without any more information, we'll let you go. And thank you very much for coming on and representing the Sleeping Giants.
No problem. Yeah, you remember the name change.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's on the back of my mind.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Living rent free right here.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a
All
good
right.
one.
Yeah,
you got a
thanks,
good one
Taylor.
too. All right.
Never a dull
Um,
moment, eh? Yeah.
Never a dull moment with that guy.
Just a quick, let's go. Oh, right. Hi, Taylor.
Coming from the newly branded Regina team, we have one of the ladies off the team. This is Sarah Ouellette from the Revengers. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good. New hair color.
Yep. We'll see how it is.
Didn't know if you'd have a special guest there with you too, but could be a little bit late for baby. I'm thinking, hey.
She's with Danny at the bowling alley, actually, because she's being fussy butt, so she's not making an appearance tonight.
So I'm not sure, Sarah, if you've gotten to see obviously you've seen your own logo and stuff like that, but have you seen the teams that are in your division or any of that good stuff?
Yeah, a little bit, yep.
So what do you guys think of the divisions?
We're not worried this year. We did a total rebranding, so we're going from last to first. That's our mindset.
How many games are you going to show
That's a
up
great
to?
mindset. Nope.
We're going to try about 3. I think we'll need only about 3 first round.
Okay. All right. So
So do you want to run through your roster because that's a roster adjustment from last year as well, Sarah. So tell us about who you got.
Yeah, so who we have returning is Danny Bear, Nelson Frank, Johnny McDonald, and Brian Askin. Yeah, and then who we recruited was John Mowens, Josie Brooks, Crystal Hibner, and Doug Clark. So we've definitely increased our talent with those 4. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's quite
neat.
the additions to the team you guys have made for sure. Like Doug Clark maybe has the most perfect games in playing right now. That's quite the stat to add to your team.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, we're pretty stoked to have him and to have Crystal and to come back. She's doing more competitive. And Josie's still so young. She's starting to make her way in the adults. And John Mowens he's great. So
yeah.
And
he's
he's
not-
riding a ton of momentum himself,
Oh, he's
right?
pretty
yeah,
good.
he just was in Tour Championships. So we're stoked about that.
So, I noticed you guys added a second female this year, right? So, I think that would be a huge difference for you guys.
Yeah, we definitely dropped the ball last season, only having one female. So that was our main goal this year, was to make sure we have 2 who can consistently come. And so Josie and Crystal, they're perfect.
And manager, now are you going to be doing all that and the polls and all the substitutions? That's on you, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Obviously, now we talk about the different dynamic and having 2 players to go in, and when and who and what. Is that something that you're going to lean on anybody for some advice, or are you just going to say, no, I got this, and we can make decisions when we need to?
No, I think we've got a pretty good system so far where if we have certain people who are available, we'll play them. That's the nice thing about having 8, is you don't really need to have everyone available for every single match. As far as like pulling and that stuff goes, I haven't even thought that far yet. So we'll see when we get there.
My big question is she going to pull Danny?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I don't know.
He's for sure got the shortest string with me.
Yeah, somebody has to babysit, right? Yeah. Oh, she's crying. You're out, Danny.
You're out.
Yeah.
I'm more important here. You're out.
I'm busy. You're on a six bagger and you plucked. Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
No, that's exciting.
I really like your guys' rebrand. I know you guys struggled last year, especially with scheduling and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to see that your guys' team with the rebrand and all that good stuff, that you guys come out obviously stronger than last year and really show the talent level on your guys' team, because it's deep.
Yeah, we can't get any worse, so that's a good thing. We can't do worse. Unlike the Dream Crushers, where they can just go down from now.
Yes, I think
Or
that would
stay
be
the same.
that'd be fine with everybody. I think, Sarah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? We don't have any pressure, right? I mean, we just play our game and.
You've got a ton of pressure, Tim. I think
Our
you guys
names on
have
our
the
names
most.
on the trophy.
Hey, you
What
know
You
what
have the
else do we
most
to prove?
pressure. Let's put it this.
I
No. You have the
disagree,
most
Daryl.
pressure.
Daryl couldn't win in the home hardware division, so he begged to come play in our division.
Right.
So I mean, it's just a moot point, Daryl. But anyways, you guys are going to do great there, Regina. Don't worry about that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Smack talk is real.
Yeah, that's just. I can't wait
We'll
for you guys
see.
to lose. Go 0-2 the first week.
I hope we do. I hope we do, guys. It'd be
Oh,
good.
good.
For
Here we
TV.
go. I hope we do.
So, Sarah, you have any new knowledge for us, or anything you want to add to these two schmucks conversation, or
No new knowledge.
no new knowledge?
No, I wish, but
Have your guys' leagues already started up? Are you guys already rocking and rolling out there?
yeah. All our leagues have started. Everyone on the team is in at least one league, so that's really nice. We actually have like John, Danny, and Brian all bowl on the same team Wednesday night. So they're bowling right now, all on the same team. But then we have Doug and Nelson, who also bowl in this league. So they already get to all bowl together, which is nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, then I guess we can let you go, so you can go back home and take care of Danny, since he's probably already flustered with the baby and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Not good at multitasking, but he's a great dad, not good at multitasking.
Well, all the best luck to you guys, and all the love to you and your new baby boy, or baby, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you. See you guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Alrighty, see ya.
Bye.
Talk soon.
All right. So next, Daryl. Sorry, who's next on our list?
Yeah, Michelle's next.
Michelle Matten. Hopefully she's ready. And Michelle is on
The Bridge City
new
Bandit.
Bridge City Bandits. How's it going, Michelle?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
So might as well start there. New team.
Yeah.
New location. How's that all going?
It's going really great. We're really excited for this season to be in our home lanes. Well, for half of us, anyways. So, no, it's really exciting. Not having to drive that hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, because you and Derek Lewicki are obviously on the Bridge City Bandits, who used to be on the Mad Hatters, right? So
Right.
that was a big, obviously, reason with Lethbridge and
Yeah.
whatnot. So maybe tell us about your lineup and who came with you
Yeah.
and who's new.
Yeah. So obviously we have Derek Lewicki from our Mad Hatters team. Stole him away. We've got Janelle Moyer. She is from Saskatchewan originally. She, I think, did a lot of Masters Nationals with Saskatchewan. Yeah. So she did her first Open with us this year. So that was great getting to know her. We've got Bobby Verpy, or Bobby Cisco, however you know her. So that's exciting to have her back in the bowling. We've got Dan Radeye from Medicine Hat. He's been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
Mike Hershey from Lethbridge.
Hershey, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
that's nice to get him back in bowling too. And then we have, of course, the Deerings. We have Kara and Curtis. So that's probably the most exciting one, is getting Curtis back bowling competitively. So
Yeah,
and,
so he coached obviously this year at the Open, and then obviously just started a fire and wanted to come and play this. Yeah, how'd you get him to join this?
You know what? I was in England and getting ready to just put in my my deposit, and I wasn't really sure. Derek and I hadn't really talked about exactly who we wanted on the team, and I said, "Hey, I got to get this in." He says, "Yeah, we've got Curtis Deering," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were just, Kara and Curtis were talking and started talking with Derek, and he decided I think is really excited to get back into bowling.
Mm-hmm.
I think having him coach our ladies team really started something. So yeah, no, he's already been in a tournament in Vancouver, I think it was. Him and Dan went, and I think they won the doubles there. And I think he's even planning on bowling the Autumn Open this year. So
I did see his name on the list, actually.
yeah. So, and then of course Tracy Riley is going to be our manager. So it's a nice, solid team I think we've got.
Now,
Yeah,
obviously,
for
the sorry, Kerry, is the
No,
the
you're
other the Mad Hatters. Obviously, with a couple of you guys leaving, and we don't have a guest on for Mad Hatters.
Oh.
Obviously, they play here first weekend too.
Right.
They were obviously. I know that you had chatted with them, and obviously, amicable, obviously closer to home and all that.
Yeah.
So, maybe some further thoughts on their team, and they'll be fine and good and competitive too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think so. I know they picked up Ian Cisco. Will be bowling with them. Tara.
Sites.
Sites.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've known her for years. Just drew a blank. Tara Sites. So you've got the Tara and Troy. And Linda, I believe, is still their manager. And then George Mucciaroni is, I think.
George.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
And
So,
Lar-
no. Larissa's still on. JC's still on, as far as I know. Dylan
David.
Goslin is still bowling. So, yeah. So probably about half the team is still there. So,
Yeah, I know JC had a really good season last year, so it's nice to see her back on that team and
yeah.
hopefully continue her winning ways.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Are they in the same division? I can't remember.
No.
They're not. Okay.
No,
No.
they're in separate
Separated.
divisions.
Yeah.
Oh, we separated it. Okay. We didn't
You know
want
what?
to do that.
It would have been cool to see Bobby play David. I
Yeah.
think that would have been neat, and I know David would have been like really amped up to play that game probably.
Yeah,
So who knows?
absolutely.
Maybe the finals, right?
Yeah, for sure. I know Bobby was kind of wishing that she was going to get to bowl against him, but
Maybe in the playoffs.
maybe in the playoffs.
That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess I
That's
should
one
mention.
thing-
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go right ahead, Michelle.
I was just going to say, and I should mention that we're bowling out of Holiday Bowl as well, so which is exciting. So go ahead, Carrie.
Have we fully discussed the playoff formats and if there'll be cross-division playoffs, or how is that all going to work since we're at 24 teams?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I think that Tim and I looked at it when the schedules we had fourth and fifth play a wild card, and then third and second a little bit of a page playoff bracket system. Just a way that, adding another team into playoffs, the opportunity to advance instead of just shutting it off there. So,
Right.
does that sound right, Tim? Something we were.
Yeah, and we were looking at it as like, if we had 6 teams in each division last year, 3 made it. We kind of try to keep pretty close to that 50%, kind of 5, something like that would be sufficient to move on to the next round, right? So,
But fifth and fourth play like a a wild card game to advance, and then you move on to their fourth and third, or fourth and first play, second and third play, and then you in your own division. So you don't cross over until the end. To answer your question, Kerry, it would not be until the very end of the finals, kind of like an
Right.
NHL.
So
or
it's
anything
still
else.
separated championships
Yes.
for each division, and then the winners of each division move
Correct.
to play the finals.
Correct.
Gotcha. Cool.
That's what it is for this year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect. Michelle, you got any more knowledge for us before we get you off this podcast and move on to our next guest?
I just know we're really excited. We've been practicing most of the summer, so we're ready to go. And I think we're going to be really competitive this year. So.
Yeah, I'm excited. Probably a lot of people know who Curtis and Kara are, but from across the country, there may not be some familiar faces for Curtis because he's been out of the game for a while. So be kind of neat to see those guys get reintroduced into the whole competitive scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's a ton of pressure on Curtis. That's huge pressure on Curtis. I mean,
he can take it.
Oh my
He'll
goodness, the guy hasn't thrown a ball. I mean, he's. Yeah.
Oh, he won't sleep
played
before his first
one
match.
tournament in Vancouver, one doubles, but I mean, he didn't even make the cut in Vancouver. Like,
that's
and he's playing with his wife. That's even tougher, right?
Yeah,
he's screwed for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to be a tough go for Curtis.
He'll be fine.
But anyways, best of luck. We'll see you out on the lanes.
Okay, see you. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks Michelle. Bye. All right, so from the newly rebranded Carnage, Tracy Smith. Hey, Tracy.
Hey,
Hello,
Tracy.
friends. How are you? I just noticed my hair is a little disheveled, and I had some wine for my dinner and some flip sides.
Ready to go then.
What are flip sides? Those
Flip sides are one side is a pretzel and one side is a cracker.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of snack.
They look like hash browns for a second. I was like,
Yeah, Kellogg's.
So, how are you doing, Tracy? Like, obviously, lots going on with your guys' rebrand and moving centers and all that stuff. So, how is the Carnage shaping up, and how are you guys looking?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been through a bit of a pivot since we, had the announcement that Mark Miller wasn't going to rejoin with the team. And I think obviously we're sad about the Marvels unfolding, but, happy to see that we were able to kind of regroup and, that DB was able to, pivot and enable us to have like a new team. So, I mean, big factors, obviously. We had to look for a new center. We were embraced by Stacy and Toppler Bowl, which, is huge. I mean, Stacy's such a huge advocate and ambassador, not only for the sport, but also for the pro league. So we're grateful that she was able to kind of help us with all of that towards the end when we were trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm. Obviously you had to make some additions to your team and all that good stuff, but the first addition I kind of want to pinpoint is your other half is not managing. He's actually going to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis he practiced with me all summer as I was getting ready for the Masters. He came to every practice with me. Kurt's actually joined 2 leagues this season, which is like just a huge thing for him. He's having to learn a little bit of patience with his game, try and manage his anger a little bit, but I think just as reinvestment for him, which he's had some challenges around, his health, a lot of knee problems, knee surgery, battling the mental side of the game. Obviously, he was a 260 average bowler when he lived in Edmonton. So we've just had to reset a little bit and just give some positive insight for him that he can get back to that 260 average bowler. But with that, you have to work hard to maybe gain the rewards. And so he's investing a ton of time in the game.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're all pro Curtis, right? So we want to see him do
well.
Mr. Perfect
agree.
himself, right?
Yeah. I mean, enough watching me on the sidelines. Get out there and go accomplish some things for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like, I know we're gonna release all the lineups on Friday, but do you want to go through your team's new lineup and your additions to your awesome new logoed team?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lovely little team, honestly. you know, Robbie's our manager, so he kind of took the reins over when we had to pivot, and we're super grateful for his leadership on the team. Huge pickups in terms of the Wiltons. Kelsey and Bradley Wilton is absolutely huge. I mean, when we kind of set out to reconfigure the team, I mean, we had an amazing team last year and we had so much fun, great team chemistry, but to pick up the Wiltons is absolutely huge for us. They're good people, and obviously they're both fiery and fierce. And how can you not have Kelsey Wilton on your team? I mean, she's one of the best female bowlers in the country. So to have her on our team, we're just thrilled. Mike Lecoussier, he returns to the team, which is great. Those are kind of like our past team members. And then one of our subs last year, Carrie Schneider, is permanent on our team this year. And obviously he had great success in the WCBT last year. So we're super stoked to have him on the team. Harvey coaching the team. Harvey Pokes, our coach on the team. So obviously he's got a wealth of experience on past tours, but as a bowler, competitive bowler, but obviously he had great success coaching teams last year and previous years as well. So it's a fierce roster.
It is a tough roster. There's some players there for sure. I mean, like you said, bit of an adjustment, but there's some players there, and good to see the Wiltons play. Good to see Curtis playing and Snyder in there full time. You guys are going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree, DB. I think we're about chemistry, right? Trying to get the good fit. Obviously, trying to have a talent pool that can compete amongst the very best. And obviously, when you're spending, the kind of money that you're spending to play the tour, like you do want to be competitive. I mean, that's what this team is all about. Hence the Carnage name, which went through many sort of name voting. It was crazy how much name voting we had to do, but yeah, we appreciate all the work, DB, that you did on the logo, because I know that we went back and forth quite a bit on the logo, and I think that the team is really pleased with how it turned out. So thank you for that. And then, also just managing the schedule. I can't even imagine the workload. So Tim, I just want to thank you in terms of that. And then lastly, just want to thank Stacy for embracing us when her home team really is the Toppler Roses, but just, embracing us to be the sort of the second team, the Toppler Thorns maybe, is appreciated.
It's kind of like the Dream Crushers and the rest of the teams played at Sherwood Bowl. I mean, we know that we're second rate to Tim and Dex and to their team, but they still let us play there and they still let us do their thing. And, yeah.
We're full of, we let everybody play, right? You just want to make sure everybody feels welcome.
Anybody who wants. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I it's super exciting seeing your guys' lineup. Obviously the new logo, the new shirts are going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the competition level. And Stacy, I don't know if you've looked at the divisions. Is there any concerns you see in your division? Is your team worried that they happen to be in the league championship division, or no?
No, like honestly, I mean, there's a lot of amazing teams, but I feel like we've put together the best roster that we possibly could. We've got some of the top players in the country, top players in our city. You can configure it any which way, but I, from my perspective, I feel like, we've put together a really, really strong roster that I feel like can compete with the very best. And it honestly just comes down to the day, the timing, how you're clicking. But if it's anything like the Marvels last year, that was a wild ride, and we had an awesome time last year.
Yeah,
Tracy,
the Marvel had a real strong showing, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when you look at the divisions to see that the Bombers wanted to play in our division this year? Is there a little bit extra motivation there, thinking
We're
that
just trying to drag Tracy in?
No,
but I also wanted to play the Carnage too. right? Bring the carnage into my division too. Let's go.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of the name? Like, what did you think
Love
where we
it.
landed on the name?
I thought it was great. I
Amazing.
saw the
Yeah, I think it's
logo and
awesome.
I instantly loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the logo too. I think that's a heck of a logo. That's props to BPG,
Oh,
especially
Steve,
Daryl and
That's
Steven.
Steven. I mean, yeah.
It's insane the logos that you guys pumped out, and like not only was it 12 more logos, it was actually more logos because there was some rebranding. So there's 14 brand new logos, the 5PL logo, and all that stuff for you guys to pump all that out, and for the good of the game is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're building
Let's
something
talk.
here.
Yeah, totally. Let's talk about the Roses because they're like also our kind of home team,
Yeah. What do you
Well,
got there?
let's-
They added a couple of players too.
right? Like, nice to get Daryl Wood back into the roster and the swing of things. Getting Tracy Holdsworth as one of the spares, I think, is critical. I'm gonna stroke up the women a little bit, but like Jen being the 22 like all-time masters, like she achieved the record for masters for female averages in 2022, this most recent nationals. Pam coming off like a silver medal, and I mean we could stroke Kevin all day long, right? Like in terms of what he's accomplished, and then Parker just being at the top of his game. So that team is fierce. Marcello being committed to the WCBT, for the last couple of years, which I think is amazing. And then Stacy just being that huge advocate and manager of the Roses. Rich Weber too. I don't want to forget about him.
Yeah. So let's point that out too. So both teams playing out of Toppler this year will have the MVPs from last season, correct? Like Tracy, yourself,
Oh,
Parker
yeah.
Anderson.
Yeah, good point.
Toppler's got some of the best shooters in the whole league according to last season. So it's going to neat to see how that's going to translate to a much bigger season across a lot more provinces and stuff like that. I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I
That's
wish
gonna
you
be
guys all
awesome.
the best for it.
Thank you. I mean, I think just the addition of the teams, how challenging it must be in terms of to kind of manage it. But obviously what it does is it elevates us as bowlers, right? Just to see the level of players who have embraced playing in the pro league this season, which I think is incredible. And so just that alone, I think the MVP for next year is just going to be incredibly competitive. And that's part of it, right? Like, not only do you want your team to perform at its very, very best, and albeit most people aren't thinking about MVP when they're playing, they're just trying to, be their best. But it'll be interesting because I do think now with the level of players from east to west, just absolutely elevates everybody's game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Maybe we'll have to
You guys
add a
have
couple of
anything?
maybe a division player of the year, male and female,
Yeah.
and then and maybe have an all-star team even.
That'd be
Hey?
good.
It's a good idea. Yeah, really good idea, DB.
Love,
Just full of
all
them
the
over
thoughts.
here. Oh boy, add more work. Yeah.
So you guys have anything else to add, or Tracy, you good to go?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks for having me, you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck this season, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thanks,
See you,
Tracy.
Trace.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that's the end of this podcast. We don't need to move on.
We
Just
got a
joking.
couple. We got a couple. Jen obviously mentions Mark there working on shirts, and absolutely, I mean on Pat Lee, that's not something doing shirts was something in my realm. So we kept him on to keep doing that, and that's good. So yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks for working on
Yeah.
shirts while we're done. That's
Of course. Johnny with his bowling shirts has taken the WCBT and now the 5PL by storm, getting them all out there, and all the crazy designs and all that amazing stuff. Obviously, big part of the BPG family, so
Totally.
great on everybody. So without further ado, the fan favorite, everybody's, I don't know, I was gonna call him favorite guy, but I think he's just here just to fill time.
I
Shirts.
Look, I got my shirt. Look at that. Mark did a good job.
fuck. Jesus. You know what? I really want to roast this guy, but I can't because we're on live TV, and I don't know if everybody knows our relationship we have together.
Hey, high level. It's okay, buddy. Iceman TV, how's it going, boys?
Good, Henry.
I just wanted to give this to Tracy. Man, I love her. She's the sweetest person ever. But as far as that goes, we got a 2x4 lumber. What? Oh. The French are nothing. We can beat the French. Who are the French? French. Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Who else got, I heard this small male genitals or something are in this league. Who are they talking trash to?
That's just Taylor. He's not talking trash. That's
Yeah.
just who he is.
I also
normal.
heard that Greg dropped out because they didn't want to play the pros. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, right?
Yeah,
That is a rumor
Just-
that has been
Just
started.
throw. Did you guys brainstorm today about all the cut downs you should make as a team, or what? Did you?
No,
or
I
they just
didn't
letting you?
I didn't need to brainstorm because
Did they give you permission to say all this?
I just sat here and listened to you guys.
Yeah. Dude,
That just
nobody.
sounds
People don't realize that the average pros, with Henry being on it, is being sponsored by the Misericordia right now, right? So.
Is this? Oh my god!
There he is. That's who everybody was actually waiting for. Here, let's just move this in here.
Wow. There's another average pro.
Oh, you want tacos too?
Tacos! That's tacos for everybody!
Hey, boys,
Oh,
give me
man.
tacos because you were here. But, you know, going to, no, it just happened to be the neighborhood, you know?
No, I didn't think I could have by myself.
Jeez, come on. What do you think?
Unreal.
We're like a team.
You guys are something, that's for sure. Let's
Did you,
make you guys the stars
Did
here.
you
Yeah.
did you know that Mark has special powers?
He can build walls.
Please-
He can build walls.
Mark just touches somebody and they can't hit the middle. They can't hit the middle. He just touches somebody like this and then they can't hit the middle. And I have witnessed it many times. Many, many times.
Don't, what?
Don't touch me. You're touching me. What are you touching me?
The good thing about this league is the manager, Palmer.
Hi, Coach.
Oh my god, you
Hi,
guys.
coach. Hi, coach.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
A taco?
Oh, trying to get the straight lineup, eh?
Yeah.
How are you going to manage these guys, Palmer?
Shooter wheel's going to help, I think. No, they're all really good. You know, they don't care if they sit, which is good for Henry. So, shooter wheel. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's got some really good chemistry on this team, so we got along pretty good. So,
Yeah. You kind of have to, I think,
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing.
Mark has already touched everybody on Next Gen, so they're fine. They're taken care of next week. That's fine. On Sunday.
He does have. I have seen him do these magic powers, and people will run away. Like, no.
Well, yeah, what about Dex? I think Dex hates when Mark touches him.
Yeah, he actually he despises it. He runs away. He's like, "Don't talk to me, please. Go away."
True. So,
Are those Cronitas? They're not even real Coronas.
no. What are you talking about? Cronita.
Yeah, it's the short ones.
Taco? Okay, there's no taco. Some taco time.
So, if people don't know out there, Mark actually brings so much clientele to my business.
15 cents a person.
15 cents.
Go pin bowling.
That's You're the famous guy on the commercials.
That, diversity has definitely increased at Short Bowl.
Okay, so are we here to talk bowling?
Yeah, what do you think of
that's
your What do you think of your team? Talk about your team first, bud.
Well, pretty much was handpicked. I think the week after the pro league started last year. Like honestly, I was so excited for it because it's one game. It's one game. We're all 240 average bowlers, but we haven't hit that 267 yet. But one game, I beat Timmy. I mean, I beat Dex. I beat all of them. One game. So yeah, we got pretty excited. So I recruited a couple of like all of our bowlers were handpicked. I did try to pick up a ginger Christopher Hyslop, I think it is. Oh my God. And he didn't want to be on the average pros. He doesn't want to be on the average pros.
Well, because he thought he was better than you guys, right?
Actually, he told me I'm gonna get my own team. What team is that, Chris?
You're even smack talking guys who aren't even in the league.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta live with around here.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was kind of handpicked. We picked a bunch of guys that we all work together. We all gel. We have a good time, and I mean, we want to win. Probably more than anything you could ever imagine. Like if we beat, when we beat the next gen, those guys, like they're all like, they're still young. They're children. And when the children get spanked and get grounded, it's gonna be fun. That Sunday match will be good.
Henry, so tomorrow, on Sunday, you have a possibility of playing 20 frames. Over under 11 frames that you get to play.
How many am I playing? 20 frames? Well,
6.
The key is if coach has to pull Jordan, we're in big shit.
Yeah, so maybe us talk about your team a little bit and all your has-beens that are on it.
We were never was's.
The try to bees. The wannabes?
Yeah. No, we got a couple of veterans in Katie and Brittany on the opening stuff, so good to have that sort of experience. We have Henry and Mark, obviously, Scott and Jordan, and the Han Express. And then two in the backbone of the team, the heart and soul.
Yeah.
This is positivity. Keep everybody going here. So
she'll kick you in the butt when you need it, and she'll also talk you off the bridge when you need it.
Yeah. People obviously, I think Jordan's coming out party was people see how good Jordan is. So I think you have a good player in that. Scott, about 2 or 3 beers in. That's the problem with your team, Scott. 2 or 3 beers in is unreal, but it's 9:00 in the morning.
you have a parking lot at Sherwood Bowl, Timmy. I don't know what.
Tailgate party.
We know somebody with keys to that place, and we're opening up at 8:30. We're going to do the shooter wheel first.
Oh, that's fine.
We'll pay
at 10 o'clock. Pay at 10 o'clock. Yeah, pay at 10 o'clock.
We'll pay at 10.
Yeah. We've been known to change the clock in the bowling center sometimes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so you have Mark and you have Henry, and then you don't know what you're getting out of Charles.
Charles he could throw the 400 or he could throw a $140. It doesn't matter.
I want to see his little step and yeah.
I think it's because Dexter ghosted him all summer when he wanted to work with him. So,
Yeah, he did.
Right. I remember Dexter talking about this, that they were going to be working hard and there was a contract in place.
Hey, Charles offered him some good coin and Dexter shunned him. Like, what kind of a guy does that?
A dream crusher does.
Yeah, right. That makes sense, right? I bet Tracy would have been no problem. I'll work with you. I just want you to be better.
Hey, so let's tell our viewers out there. You guys practice every Wednesday night.
Oh, for July, yeah.
And August, and
some of August.
Yeah, and some of June, right?
We threw a couple games.
So you guys practice. How many times did Charles show up?
Once.
Both times?
But he did twice.
And then actually we had beer frames and Charles lost all those too.
So it sounds like Charles is in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's definitely playing for sure.
So will you guys have beer frames on
Absolutely.
Sunday?
Why wouldn't we have beer frames? It's 9 o'clock.
So we're playing you guys besides in somewhere in the center. We should have a beer frame.
I'm game.
Okay.
No
All
problem.
right. We'll call it up here. I mean, look what.
I'll have to message the team. We have our group chat.
Yeah.
We have a lot of sponsors too. I'd like to list them all, but we'll probably be here for another 3 hours. What did you guys get for sponsors, Timmy?
Huh?
I said I listed all of
His sound isn't working now.
Yeah, you guys are breaking up.
I don't know why. Like, it's great. You know what? You're the average people, and you're gonna make a great job on television. Yeah. 15 seconds of fame. Thanks for your money. We'll see you all next year.
The old one and done. That's what Tim's thinking.
We're paid up for next year. We're in.
What do you think about the teams? What do you think about the other teams in your division, though? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on the rest of the the division, the league? Where are you seeing your level? What are you thinking, boys?
I mean, don't get me started.
I think we're starting with the two toughest teams in the division. Quebec's stacked, and Next Gen is unreal talented. But
we sick Mark on him already, so we're not worried about that.
But that's the team. There's a little bit of nerves. Nobody expects us to do well the first week. So if we lose to the top two teams, we're still.
We can be like, wow, of course we did. They're the top two teams. Then when we beat the top two teams, then what happens? They're like, oh god, we have to put up with this for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Well, Mark bowls with Bradley, right? So that could be a really awkward Sunday when they come in.
Right?
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we talked lots.
How about the Rock and Rollers, Henry? They're in the other division. How are they going to do?
Well, Shane will be in bed. It's what time is it in Newfoundland out there? Shane usually goes to bed about I don't know 6:30 our time. Like, I mean, honestly, other than Shane, who else do they have on that team?
I invited Shane to come on this, but he didn't want to, start any war or any war words against you. He's like, no.
Yeah,
I don't want to chirp. I don't want any ill feelings. I don't want to chirp at Tim or
I don't know
or any of these guys.
Chirping enough for everybody tonight. Oh, Hawka, what's with that?
That's
Scott
Hawka.
Hawka in our division? Is he even on a team?
What was Hawka's average last year?
Holy Rollers are in your division.
It was under 2, was it not?
Holy Rollers.
I beat him. So
average pros versus Holy Rollers. What's the over under on there? There you go. There's a bet somebody might want.
Okay, well, yeah, Gerald.
Can we bet on our own team?
We don't condone fighting.
Yeah.
No, you get banned from the Hall of Fame. If you do
Yeah,
that.
you're right. You're out.
So who's your? Well, we know a lot of you guys are a bunch of hooligans, but who's going to be your commentary guy?
Oh, he's the king hooligan.
Robert
We got Robert Parks. Actually, I think we have a special guest on Sunday morning. Of a buddy who works for a radio station, and he's decided that he knows nothing about bowling, so he's going to come out and watch us. Maybe do a little poke fun at the other teams. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. We got Mr. Parks coming on board on Sunday morning to commentate while these guys are on. So anybody's watching the live streams, we will have the average pros on live stream.
And
Obviously, everybody's on live stream, but it's going to
Parks
be
is a terrible bowler, but he's really good at talking.
Yeah, you'll be fantastic.
So we'll inform the people. So there will be 2 live streams every Sunday going simultaneously. One will be on the main YouTube channel from 5-Pin Universe, and the other one is on the second channel. We'll post it all on Facebook. We'll post it on our website so everybody knows where it's at. Hopefully the teams will be sharing their stream for the day. Cargill will be on one channel, obviously, and Home Hardware will be on the other channel. So every week, if you come in, you want to say, I want to watch the Home Hardware division, you just can go to the same channel. It'll always be the Home Hardware division. We won't flip-flop them to cause any confusion. So
It'll be mostly the hardware channel.
yeah, probably. Let's be fair.
Because nobody wants to watch Cargill. That's
Shoot.
We'll be on.
They'll be having 2 windows, 2 streams, 2 windows,
funny,
guys.
the two main sponsors,
Picture in picture.
Sean Schwartz for Home Hardware is in the Cargill division personally, and Charles is Cargill's representative, but he's in the Home Hardware division.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't that weird?
who did that?
Well, the pressure
Might
from
be
Bombers
some
and our goals.
scheduling issues.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why.
know.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good thing. So you don't have the pressure of you. There's enough guys with enough pressure out there. They don't need to be in the same division as their own naming rights. I mean, that's just
That's
even more.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, we'll give you that, DB.
You.
All right.
Yeah. So what else you guys got for us? You came in hot. You're leaving cold. Let's keep going. What else?
Just like the tacos. Just like the
Back
tacos.
to Drake.
Yeah, just like your 10th frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who says they're going to get to the 10th frame, Daryl?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? Is that where you were? He got so sick of that hotel that Mitch picked that he put us up in the Hilton the last night.
Yeah. That must have been nice.
It was nice.
What a jerk.
Hey, are our jerseys going to be in, or do I have to keep texting
Yeah.
you guys?
Tomorrow. Everything's tomorrow, bud. We'll see you tomorrow.
Aren't you
Come on
wearing
by.
your jersey?
The rest of the team.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
The
have
rest.
his jersey. Look,
Yeah.
God.
They're all coming, boys. They're all coming. I know.
Mark,
I know.
you're used to hand-me-downs, aren't you?
Yeah, Marquez. He's the smallest guy on our team by far.
Oh, that's the famous Mark Doss?
Yeah.
Oh.
There,
Hey.
my supporters for you guys.
There he is.
My side in the universe. Can't forget
Right.
you guys. Can't forget what you guys
We
do.
love you. Yeah. We love you guys. You've been phenomenal, man. Henry, it's awesome. So glad you guys are in. And you're kicking ass on the sponsorship and the advertising in your own team. And it just reflects you guys are awesome. So glad you're in and what you're doing and pushing us and spreading the love, boys.
Except for Al, we're not giving him any love.
I don't think Al wants
Al
any
McCann,
love.
we don't-
He hates He hates it. He loves being hated.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
Al.
call us. Oh, he called us out too?
Yeah, I'll call this out. The French. No, actually, I called them out first, but then they called us out.
Taylor Michelle called.
Yeah, Taylor. He doesn't even know us. He called us out.
I don't know.
That's okay.
Yeah, wow. All right. It's good to know.
I gotta go make some toothpicks for the weekend.
We gotta go finish our tacos.
Got some tacos.
We got some extra fries.
I think you guys might need your own show. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Henry's retired anyways. He's got bowling things to do.
Good
All
job,
right.
boys.
Well, we'll let you guys go. Obviously, can't wait to see you guys out on the lanes. And everybody knows you guys are going to compete. It's just going to be how you're going to handle it when you get to the success. Is it going to go to your heads?
You know what?
Is it gonna go to your
You know
heads?
what? We like you. Nice man. Cheers.
That's
Cheers to you.
nice.
Cheers, nice
Nice
man.
man. Nice man. I like that.
All right. Check you guys later.
We should go 5-pin bowling.
Let's go 5-pin bowling.
All right. See you guys.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
Could be the best
Good
guest
family
ever.
fun.
Do you know we got it almost feels like you've been watching Big Brother. You get a house like most popular team, they would win it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So is there any kind of last minute things you guys want to go over before we end this little preview?
Little Bombers adjustment too. Guys, we'll see you on Friday. There's a couple new players on our team. We'll roster announcement. So we picked up Adam Kemp, Sean Heller, and also Annette Campbell. Hasn't played for a couple of years, but back in. Neither has Sean Heller. But yeah, so these guys are excited and happy to have them. Don't have Danielle Dubois and don't have Matt Schultz actually not playing this year. So
right. Yeah.
Little adjustment, but it is what it is. And we have Lynn Howell being our coach manager this year. So excited. Bombers, I mean, competitive team. We're coming out to play. Obviously, I know we had a good year last year, and we're coming out to play again this year, and want to do better than what we even did. So, but yeah, we haven't done a ton of practicing and group stuff yet, but we don't play for a few weeks yet, so I think we got a little bit of time. Everybody's playing league or getting their shots in and getting their reps in, but we're confident where we'll be at and compete just like everybody else wants to do.
For sure. Obviously, we'll be releasing all the rosters to everybody on Friday. We'll be making big league announcements, all that good stuff. Little update from the Dream Crushers. I'm sure people have seen. Tim was all about that on 5-Pin Universe when we signed the great Gary Baird to the Dream Crushers. That's our only real change from our side of things. Yeah. Personally, from the Dream Crushers, I just want to say we're more than happy to try and defend a title. That is something that obviously we know is going to be extremely tough. A lot of people think we got lucky there at the end against Bonnie Doon. But that's how the cookie crumbles, and you got to beat the team that is at the top. So can't wait to defend. And from 5-Pin Universe's side, Daryl, Tim, you guys did an amazing job. Daryl is the commissioner. Tim has helped with scheduling to put this together in tough times, stuff going on, everything going on throughout the summer, to get it all to almost fruition. We're almost there, almost the start of everything's happening. I can't wait to see the first week and the rest of the season.
Yeah, and there's tons of people involved in the organizing and the planning. It, new tech director Mitch Ryu, obviously Carrie, yourself are still going to be involved kind of in the financial side and some of the tech side. All of the commentators are going to be doing stuff. I know Johnny's back in Parks. Gigliak's going to commentate. I'm reaching out to a handful of people, building out schedules, what that looks like. There's a ton of team and ton of work. I mean, all the players who are engaged and want to be part of it, all the managers who are putting together the teams and sending in their bios and sending in all their stuff. All the jerseys that are getting done, the logos that are getting done, the bowling centers, right? We can't do this without all the bowling centers that are actually agreeing and wanting to have people there. So, yeah, it's we got a solid group and it's a good thing going, and it's a team effort certainly to do it. So, yeah, there might be a little bit more work by some of us putting into it, but. It's fun. This is why we do it, because we love it, and it's fun to see something go like this, and everybody's buying in. So happy that y'all are. Yeah,
it's crazy to think there's over 200 people part of this now for the season, right? 200 plus all the extra people in the background, right? So yeah,
super exciting. Thank you.
What and you're starting to see it. Like we kind of talked about it in previous season. I know Weber's talked about it a few times. Is when you're going to start seeing players cross lines, cross teams, moving centers, rebranding. All that stuff's already starting to happen, and hopefully it gets to a point that you have the teams vying for players and all that stuff. That's what this is about. It's to showcase all the players across the country, and hopefully the centers buy into it, and we can showcase the centers as well and all that great stuff. So. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any thoughts? Anything? How it's rolling, how it's going, scheduling, any of that stuff? You know where to find us all. Obviously, Facebook's a pretty easy avenue to send us a message. We've all got emails or texts too. But honestly, if you got a question, just fire it over to us. We'll do our best to answer it, and hopefully you like the answer.
Yeah, you bet. Easiest spot to reach us is clearly on Facebook. We have pages for the league. We have pages for 5-Pin Universe. Contact us through that avenue is best, and we'll get you to the right place where you need to go.
Yeah, and we didn't obviously have everybody on the podcast tonight, all the teams. Obviously just a handful of. There's 24, so we couldn't have everybody on. So hopefully no ill will to those who didn't get a chance to feature their team, but we'll be talking to everybody as we go through the season. So. We'll talk. And yes, everybody's shirts, they're on the way. They're coming. We're getting down to the wire. We certainly know that, but they're going to be here. So send me a message. Let's talk. Let's make sure that we know your date and your game. And that's how we work in this world, is based off of delivery dates. And we're
Sounds good. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. And to all the fans, we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See y'all.
See you later.